Welcome back. We are here now with Ken Krayeske, who is the Green Party candidate for Congress. Ken, you are known throughout the state, well known throughout the state. You've been a journalist here. You've been politically active. You just graduated from law school?
Yes.
And you're a law clerk now, you're saying?
Yeah, I haven't. I took the bar this summer, and I'm patiently waiting for the Connecticut Bar Examining Committee to tell me whether or not I passed. And it'll come out, I believe, on October 15th. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's just a few days away. Well, we wish you luck with that.
Thanks.
And tell us why you decided now to, just recently, right? It's only been about a month that you got into the congressional race.
Yeah, I decided because the Green Party needed somebody to hold on to the ballot line here that they established in 2008. And I said to myself, well, I can do it. I want to see what we can do in running a 60-day campaign as opposed to some of these eternal campaigns that start a year and a half before the election. And I kind of want to bring a fresh voice to the electoral arena and see if I can do it in under, $15,000 or $20,000. I want to prove that you don't need to be a millionaire to run for office, and you don't need to take 15 months to do it.
You don't need to be, I would agree. You don't need to be a millionaire to run for office, but what are you going to consider success? I'm not sure that you could pull it off winning it.
Well, it doesn't help that the deeply partisan House of Representatives gerrymandered a district that's very safely Democratic, but I think that we can catch lightning in a bottle, and I've done it before, and I'd like to think that we can make an impact in this election and hopefully get Congressman Larson to talk about some of the Green Party ideas and get Ann Brickley to talk about some of the Green Party ideas. As of today, we're in at least one debate with Congressman Larson and the Republican Ms. Brickley on October 18th in West Hartford Center.
Excellent.
Ken, Lori mentioned at the top of the show that your name has been in the news and you're well known. But I think a more blunt way of putting it is that some folks see you as sort of a troublemaker or a rabble-rouser, and much of it not your doing, I might add.
Certainly.
But is that if you caught lightning in a bottle and did more than keep the line on the ballot, and for some reason was going to be in Congress, would that be the approach that you use to be so confrontational?
Well, I don't know that I'm entirely confrontational. I think it so happens that one time the state police decided to confront me and I didn't do anything,
right.
And they got the Hartford Police Department to do their bidding. And then the other time I asked a completely legitimate question, and a college basketball coach who thinks he's more powerful than the governor decided to blow up. I can't control. I understand that perception is reality, but if I did get into Congress, I'd certainly have to caucus with Democrats. They'd be more closely aligned with the views that I see. However, I think we need independent voices in Congress because the two-party system is broken.
Yeah, tell us some of the Green Party ideas that you said that you want to introduce into the race. What are some of those?
So right now, the Green Party is got a Green New Deal. And there are 10 ideas that cover the spectrum of some of what's wrong with our country and some of the things that we need to do. For example, I'll just go through a couple of the quick points. We want a 70% reduction in the military budget. One of the most ecologically devastating policies that we engage in is militarism. The environmental destruction that we were using depleted uranium in Iraq. We want to end that. Number two is we want a massive Marshall Plan style jobs program that's ecologically sensitive and economically sound. We have the largest gap between rich and poor in the United States that we've had in the last 80 years. And what we need to do is give people jobs. We have a steady unemployment rate. It's measured at 9.2%, but some of the matrices that they use to measure unemployment rate don't count the people who have stopped looking for work. So I think we can double that safely and say 1 in 5 people don't have a job. We need to fix that. We also want free college tuition for young people. We want Medicare for all. We want the corporate death penalty for corporations that violate laws. Should clean energy be allowed to continue building after it killed 5 people? We have a death penalty trial right now for Stephen Hayes, which I believe you're covering.
Yep.
They only killed 3 people. It was horrible what they did, but clean energy killed 5, but they're allowed to continue their business. Should we be looking at cutting corporate charters?
One of the things that stands out in your points, many of which I would imagine you would get support for, but wouldn't a 70% reduction in the military budget result in basically terrorism run amok, whether it be another 9/11 or what have you, just absolute chaos?
Well, I don't know if you're familiar with Chalmers Johnson, but Chalmers Johnson is a professor who has written about the blowback theory. And when we do something overseas, Malcolm X called it the chickens coming home to roost. We don't get attacked unless we attack other people. If we're not attacking other people, why are they going to be bothered with coming after us? And I feel like if we're a global society, we're a global village, as Malcolm as the Canadian, I can't think of the Canadian's name, but sorry, we're a global village, and we're all together. It's time that we move past this militarism that's going to destroy the planet. We have planetary crises that are coming to be. We have catastrophic climate change that we're going to be confronting in the next, who knows, 100 years. We need to get past this barbarism that leads us to believe that we can walk into another country and steal their resources.
Are people listening to you? I mean, are you knocking on doors, or what are you doing?
I'm trying to door knock. I mean, I only have 60 days, so right now what I'm doing is building the campaign and getting out. We have an office on Park Street. We're going to have a campaign manager coming in on October 1st, and I'm fundraising. I've raised $5,000 in about 28 or 29 days, which I'm pretty happy with. I've cleared the FEC reporting hurdle. Just about. I don't know if we're going to file a report on October 1st, if it's all going to be in. But so we're trying to do our best to get the word out. It's difficult. There's other candidates are sucking all the air out of the room, and we've got to try our best.
Well, it seems that at the very least, you would get admiration for your persistence and just going up that mountain. It certainly is a mountain. But what would you realistically put as a successful venture? Is it the 1% that keeps you on the ballot?
The Green Party candidate who got the most votes ever was Charlie Pillsbury, I should say in the congressional race, was Charlie Pillsbury in 2002 when he sank $100,000 into a race down in New Haven against Rosa DeLauro. 5.2% would be nice. Steve Fournier got 2.46% in 2008. If I could come in somewhere in between there, but I think more importantly, I think that if we can begin to open the debate and broaden the spectrum of how we look at issues. I think the dichotomous view between Republicans, Democrats, Coke and Pepsi, McDonald's and Burger King, we need to start talking about slow food. We need to start talking about water, just to stretch out those metaphors a little bit. So hopefully we build space in the civic arena for third parties and minor parties. And to me, I think that our country needs to move towards a multi-party democracy the way that other Western industrialized democracies are. Because otherwise, I think that the lesser of two evils is going to be the end of us.
Okay, so you said you have a debate with Congressman Larson?
Yes, ma'am.
And when is that?
October 18th. I believe it's at 6:30, the League of Women Voters at the West Hartford Town Hall. And I'm really excited about that. And I've been contacting high schools and trying to get debates during the daytime so that we can bring Congressman Larson and Ms. Brickley into high schools. Because I think in order to have a functioning democracy, we need people to participate. And the best way to grow participation is to get them when they're young. And so get young voters in high school and say, this is the importance of the policies that we're talking about.
Just very quickly, does the Green Party siphon from the Democrats? Is that bad?
I don't think that it does, and that's the problem. That's why I say we need a multi-party democracy, because I don't want to be seen as a spoiler. I want to be seen as, I want people to look at me and say, look, he's got good ideas. We need to get behind his ideas. And I think running in a district like John Larson's, where it's one of the safest districts in the House in the country, he got 75% of the vote in 2008. It's going to be hard for people to say, oh, Krayeske's a spoiler. I see the argument, and I want to combat the argument by saying, let's get a multi-party democracy, fundamental democratic reform.
All right, thanks. We are out of time. Ken, thanks for stopping by. We wish you good luck with the race and with your bar results.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ahead, Twitter is the newest tool for reporters and news hounds, but is it effective? We're going to debate that question coming up.